times we hear the term workers' compensation and then we hear personal injury, and people become confused with those two terms because one is one thing and the other is another thing. They're two separate things, but they could be together. So can you just explain what that means?
Absolutely. You know, a lot of times people call and they just say, hey, I was in an auto accident, a truck accident. And when we really dig into it, it happened, you know, it turns out that they were in a truck accident because they were in their employer truck. You know, so they were a mover or they were, you know, a delivery person. Well, when they're in that company truck doing their job, if you get hurt on the job, it doesn't matter if anyone's negligent, you have a workers' comp claim because you're doing something for the benefit of the employer, you're doing your job, and you get hurt. So you're going to be entitled to income benefits, which are your lost wages, your medical treatment, and your permanent impairment, any rating. Now, that said, if it's due to negligence of someone else, if a car wreck occurs and someone else is negligent that isn't a coworker, you can have a personal injury claim, which means that there's negligence and you get recovery for your pain and suffering, your medical expenses, and your lost wages. So that's a lot, but all that's to say a lot of people call and they only call about one or the other, and we point out, hey, you got both.
You got both. Okay, so it is totally possible to have workers' compensation and personal injury in the same case.
And you really need to handle that very carefully. You know, you want to make sure that you're going to the right workers' comp doctors so that workers' comp's going to pay for it. You also need to make sure that you're documenting everything for the personal injury and you're providing all the notices to the insurance companies because proper notice is required. A lot of times insurance policies may be void if you don't give timely written notice. So there's a lot going on. Calling us, since our expertise, it lies in both areas, we can guide you through that minefield.
And that's what I was just going to say, that a lot of times you could have an attorney who's an expert in personal injury, but not in workers' comp. So you want to have both. I know that you have a client that had just this problem, and we'd love to show the video so everybody can understand it better.
Yeah, this is a firefighter, EMT. He was on the job in his ambulance when the auto accident occurred. So he had a workers' comp claim that, you know, arose from that, and he had a personal injury case from being rear-ended.
Well, like I say, when I began to receive a lot of tingling and stuff in my neck and my back and all the way down to my feet, I knew that there was a real problem. So I went back to the company that I worked for and explained my symptoms and the situation that I was going through. And they told me that, you know, they were not going to cover me due to it had been 3 or 4 months since the accident, and you know, I worked as a firefighter for somewhere else, and that anything could have happened to me in those 3 or 4 months. Like I said, I wasn't out for money or for blood. I just wanted to be taken care of. I wanted my medical bills to be taken care of. If there was a problem, I just wanted to be taken care of. And when they denied my claim, that was like, wow, that was really a shocker. So thank goodness for Richard Griffin Law Firm and everything they have done for me and my family to get me through this. They took away all those frustrations and all those unknowns and all the doubts, and they seen to it that I was taken care of.
Wow. There are so many people just like that gentleman who have been through an accident and they're handling it on their own and time is slipping by, and the adjusters, I mean, the personal injury adjuster offered him $500.
Right.
And he also had a workers' comp claim because it happened while he was on the job as a firefighter.
Right.
And the adjuster denied that claim completely?
Yeah, that's the story that you hear a lot from people who are not represented. They don't hire an attorney. They think the adjuster's going to do the right thing. Well, the adjuster, 2 adjusters did not do the right thing for him. He was told by the personal injury adjuster, hey, it's soft tissue injuries. You waited 30 days to get treatment. I'll offer you a quick $500. Well, thank goodness he didn't take that. The workers' comp adjuster said, hey, you waited too long. You know, you didn't get treatment right away. We think it could have happened somewhere else. Well, turned out that they were offering him $0. We were able to get that gentleman $75,000 for his personal injury case and $25,000 for his workers' comp. So $100,000 on a claim where they were saying $500 for your personal injury and go away. We're not going to do anything for you for workers' comp.
So he was going to get $500 in the beginning, and you ended up getting him $100,000.
Right.
Because he didn't pick up the phone right away. He was trying to handle it himself. He was calling on his own and very disturbed that he was being denied his claim. But it turned from $500 into $100,000, which is why he thanked you for helping him and his family, because $100,000 could do just that.
Right. He really was the kind of guy that just didn't want to hire an attorney. He figured they'll treat me right. They'll do the right thing. You know, he's in the medical profession. It didn't work out. You know, he needed help, and we were there to help him. And we're there to help you. You know, you need to contact us. Get the help you need. Get the answers to your questions. 877-PAIN-LAW. Give us a call. We can talk to you about the strengths and weaknesses and answer the concerns that you've got. And you can use the settlement calculator on our website, 877-PAIN-LAW, where we can tell you what your workers' comp claim is worth and what your personal injury claim is worth.
You just don't have to be out there by yourself, whether it's personal injury or workers' comp or both. Because at Pain Law and with attorney Richard Griffin, they have an expertise in both of those. Can you imagine somebody offering you $500 and then you call 877-PAIN-LAW and now you have a check for $100,000 in your hand? That's the difference. That's what happens when you pick up the phone and you get the right representation. 1-877-PAIN-LAW is the number to call. Thank you for joining us on Pain Law. 877-PAIN-LAW is the number. We'll see you next time.